Good morning, 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers. Good morning, Miss. Thank you. You may sit down. All right, class, let's go through our topic for today's lesson. Or in our previous lessons, all right? Class, receiving students, what did we look at so far? Receiving students, please, hands up. Right, 8Cs. Okay, Suleng.
Managing or forest?
All right, managing forest or forest. We looked at forest or managing the forest. All right, I'd like you to have a look at these pictures here. All right, what are these pictures? What does it show? Logs taken from? All right, from the forest, all right? From the forest that we have in PNG. All right, these logs, we have these logs. And what are these? What's the next stage after collecting this, after having these logs? It's turned into what? A timber, all right? Timber which is then, what do we do with that timber? Okay, and then what else do we do with it? Yes. What do we do with our timber? Do we have it all here in Papua New Guinea? Do we? Okay, we also export that. We also export timber because our timber is valuable. It's a valuable resource, all right? So logs taken from the trees or from the forest. Okay, let's. Now, topic for today's lesson, class, is on logging. All right, logging in PNG. All right, quickly jot that down into your exercise books. Logging in PNG. Now, I'm sure you all know what logging is. Yes? All right, what do you think about logging in PNG? Receiving students, what do you think about logging in PNG? Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes quickly with your friend. Turn to your friend. What do you think about logging in PNG? Do you think it's good? All right, why? If you think it's good or if you think it's bad, then why? What's the reason? Okay. All right, I'll give you 2 minutes quickly, please. Just discuss what you think of logging in PNG, in Papua New Guinea. Yeah? What do you think of logging in PNG? Come on. We're not just writing the question and that's the end of talking. What do you think of logging in PNG? You should have your own views or your own points. All right? Okay, wait. You try and express yourself. What do you think of logging? You express, okay, yourself or your feelings or your emotions of, you think.
Past times have to be one.
All right, time up. Can we have some answers, please? So can we have some of you? All right, let's have Bobby. Thank you. You tell us what do you think of?
I think logging in our country is not good because not everybody in PNG benefits from the logging.
Okay, good. All right. Bobby said he thinks logging isn't good in PNG because not everyone benefits. All right, not everyone benefits from logging taking place in Papua New Guinea, in our country. So not everyone benefits. All right, any other answers? Thank you, Bobby. What else? What else do you think of or think about logging? What about logging in PNG? What do you think? Come on, 2 minutes is up already. We should be having something in our head now, by now. All right, Zimalin, thank you.
I think logging in our country is not good because it is damaging our forests.
Yes, damaging our forest. Okay, good. So you think it's not good. All right. Andrew?
I think logging in PNG is not good because it is spoiling the forest which we get our traditional things from it and which it also attracts the tourism.
All right, so, okay, good. Logging isn't good because once the forests are damaged, all right, traditional medicine, we lose our traditional medicine now. We don't have any more plants, all right, medicine from trees, all right, we lose those. Charlie? You, Charlie, and then we'll have Bronwyn.
Logging can be good in our country because our country benefits from it by exporting log.
Okay, good. We export, all right. The government, our country, the government receives money, all right, from logging, exporting timber overseas. Yes?
Logging should be stopped because a lot of resources that are valuable to the local people are being demolished, like special trees for medicine and leaves for traditional clothing.
Okay, good. Right. So there's some good points and there's some bad points of logging. Okay. So anyway, what is logging? What is logging, class? Receiving students, what is logging? Anyone, quickly? Okay. Can you, yes, Rose, you want to tell us?
The cutting down of trees which are then changed into.
All right, good. Cutting down of trees which are then changed into, or which are used, or not used, but changed into timber, okay? All right, so cutting down of trees, all right? Cutting down of trees which we get timber from, all right, from those trees. Okay, good. All right, now let's look at the two methods all right, of removing timber from the natural forest. Now, I think I remember giving you these words for homework. But anyway, let's go through these two methods. Number one, the number one method, clear felling, okay? Clear felling. Number two, selective logging. These are two methods, receiving students, of removing timber from the natural forest. So when we have timber companies or loggers who cut down trees, they have two methods to follow: clear felling and selective logging. Now, from the tape that you viewed last time, there was an example of the method was used was clear felling, all right? Let's look at the two methods. The first method, clear felling. Does anyone know what this method is? Clear felling. Okay, let's see. What is clear felling? Clear felling, all the trees are cut down, all right? With this method here, not one tree is left. All the trees, whether young, okay, the small trees, they also, all of them are cut down, all the trees. This is the method, clear felling. Receiving students? So like, as I said in the tape that we watched, or we viewed, all the method that they used was clear felling. All the trees were cut down. All right, what about in selective logging? Selective logging, do you think all the trees are cut down? No? Okay. Selected trees or chosen ones, okay, only the chosen ones, the selected ones are cut, where the rest, I mean, they leave the rest there. Okay, selective logging, only some trees are chosen for cutting, whereas clear felling, all the trees are cut. All right, you finish? Okay, let's move on. Okay, this picture here is, what do you think? Is it an example of clear felling or selective logging? Selective logging. Right, selective logging. Because you can see some trees are still there. Whereas in clear felling, you'll see that the place will be bare. All right, let's move on. Okay, looking at class, can you read, please? Reforestation. Reforestation is another way to keep the forest for the future. This means trees are planted to replace those that have been cleared. All right? Okay, we have these two words, Reforestation, and there's another word, if you can think of it. Deforestation. Reforestation and deforestation. Right? Right, you've finished copying? Yes. Okay. Okay, you mentioned the other word, deforestation. What do you think deforestation is? Receiving students? What do you think deforestation is? Anyone quickly in your own words, just give us an answer. All right, Bobby, again.
Chopping down of trees. Chopping down of trees.
Chopping down of trees. Okay, thank you, Bobby. You others agree with him? You agree with Bobby, chopping down of trees? Or cutting down of trees? Yes, Nakawas? Okay, let's hear from Nakawas.
Process of clearing an area of trees.
Okay, good. All right, like what Bobby said, the process of clearing all the trees or removing trees from an area of land. That's deforestation. Right, receiving students? So reforestation is saving the trees or plants for future. Deforestation is removing the trees from an area of land. That's deforestation. So when you hear people talking about these words here, deforestation or reforestation, then you know, okay, what it means. All right, you copy that one down, yes? Okay, good. Okay, quickly do this into your exercise book. All right, receiving students, write at least one negative, okay, and positive thing about logging. All right, we talked about this in the morning. Not in the morning, but earlier. So into your exercise book, you just maybe list one advantage or disadvantage, positive or negative thing about logging. All right, receiving students, you do that into your exercise books. it stay on the table. All right. So okay. Anyone finish? Anyone finish, class? Okay. Damaging of forests. We lose medicine. Furniture. Okay, let's have one from each group. Okay, let's have one. All right, let's start from receiving students. Can we have in your groups, if you can give a negative or positive about logging in your group? All right, can we have one negative, please? Negative effect of logging taking place in our country. All right, Emmanuel, you want to give us an answer? Yeah. All right, the mic, please.
If
Thing about
one negative or disadvantages of logging is that logging can destroy the forest and homes of animals.
and
Homes of animals.
okay, yes. The habitat, all right, things living in a place, all right, will be destroyed. Okay, that's one negative thing about logging. Animals, all right, will run away, all right. Yes. Okay, that's from group 4. Group 3. Okay, positive. Okay, let's have group 3.
Logging is one way in which we can export our timber to other countries. It is one way in which our government gets its money in order to provide services to the people of Papua New Guinea.
Okay, good, yes. Exporting timber to other countries, and then in one way, the government gets its money or revenue. Okay, money coming in through exporting timber. Yes. Group 2. Thank you. Positive or negative?
One negative thing about logging is damaging of forest in terms of chopping down all the trees.
All right, damages the forest, destroys the forest. Okay, all right, good. Group 5, Group 2, 3, 4, 5.
We benefit from it by using they cut trees and then they make paper, and we benefit from it by writing on it.
All right, good, yes. Some of the products or finished products we use, all right, such as papers, furniture, what else? Okay, timber, plywood. We use those resources to build our houses. Papers, okay, any other? Group 5. Group 5 or 6? 6. Group 6.
Logging is not good because the forest will be destroyed and it will take years for a new forest to grow.
Okay, thank you. Group 6. All right, Group 7.
When trees are cut down, there's less oxygen of amount of oxygen in the air, and oxygen is essential for living, and we need oxygen to live.
Thank you. Okay, that's also one negative thing when cutting down the trees. All right. Okay. Thank you, HCs and receiving students, for giving us your negatives and positive things about logging. All right. There's so many negatives or effects when trees are cut down. Okay. For example, what about here in Port Moresby? The vegetation is savanna, right? And many times people burn the grass. And what happens when they burn the grass? Okay, when they burn the grass or the bush, the soil, everything is dried up. Okay, and then the place becomes hot. You see, very hot. So when trees are also cut down, the place, the environment, it affects the climate, and it becomes very warm or hot. Okay, soil erosion, that's another effect. All right, soil causes soil erosion. Medicine is lost. Animals, the habitat destroyed. Those are some negatives. Okay, you listen very carefully. In our next lesson, HCs and receiving students, when we come back, this is what we're going to do. All right. In your groups, okay, you're going to create an awareness or a campaign of why it's important to save our forests. All right. Now, you can do a campaign or awareness or in the form of a drama. All right. In your groups, I mean, you will have to decide what to do. So you can come up with rules, okay, or rules. So it's sort of like you are campaigning. You're campaigning or making an awareness to the public that logging or cutting down our forests this is what is happening. Okay, what is happening in our country now? Not only in our country, but all over the world. Okay, so I'd like you to take note, please, 8Cs and receiving students. When we come back in our next lesson, all right, we are going to work on this. You're going to create an awareness or campaign of why it's important to save our forests. So maybe you can come up with a poster and write down your rules or whatever. Draw pictures of why it's important to save our forests, okay? So this is something that we'll be doing in our next lesson. You understand 8Cs, receiving students? So it can be a drama, okay? In the form of a drama, because you are campaigning, all right? You're making an awareness to the public why it's important to save our forests. So each groups, please, I'd like you to take note and you think of something now, okay? Make sure you think of something. You think of what you're going to do, all right? Whether you draw pictures and whatever, you come up with a drama, or you decide what to do. Class? Okay. You finished with this? All right. Okay, we'll just go through our summary, 8Cs and receiving students. No need for you to copy down. All right, our summary. Okay, timbers are valuable resources which come from trees such as rosewood, kwila, walnut, town. Okay. Timber is exported. Class, read. To different products, all right? So see someone chopping down the tree, okay? And then goes to the sawmill, okay? And then we have planks, plywood, timber, and then we have furniture, and we have paper exported to Japan, where they make paper. Okay. All right, class, and that brings us to the end of our lesson. Thank you for participating, and our keyword today is logging. Thank you, 8Cs, receiving students, and teachers for listening.